Business ministers are expected to meet today with energy suppliers to find a solution over soaring prices, which saw a 25% rise in wholesale costs.
This comes as the founder of money-saving expert Martin Lewis warns households are going to take a seismic hit to their bills if the government doesn't step in.
And Martin, I'm pleased to say that Martin Lewis joins us now. Good morning, Martin.
Good morning to you both. Happy New Year to everybody watching. It's nice to be here. I didn't have to get up so early to be in the studio.
Don't rub it in, Martin. Well, look, it's good to see you, but Happy New Year to rising energy costs. We're facing a cost of living crisis. You know, we are hurtling towards a situation where a lot of households are not going to be able to afford to pay not just the fuel bills, but lots of bills. What's happening with energy costs right now? Why are they so high? So,
worldwide wholesale prices have exploded. They have recently been up to 9 times what they normally are. Oh. Now, in the past, I used to warn against being on the price cap because it was over expensive. But right now, the price cap, the default tariff that most people are on, energy firms are being forced to supply energy via it at substantially below cost price. So it is far, far cheaper than most fixed deals, and there are no meaningfully cheaper deals right now. Now, that rate lasts until the 1st of April. It had already gone up in October. It moves every 6 months. And it moves again on the 1st of April. And it moves based on wholesale prices, the prices energy firms pay, between August last year and the end of January, the average over that 6-month period. Now, because it's the end of January, we're 5/6 of the way through that period, we have a pretty good idea what the new price will be because we know the algorithm which it's set upon unless something changes. Now, Cornwall analysts, who are the main one I use on this, they are predicting that on the 1st of April, the price cap, and remember, 61% of homes are on it, anyone who's never switched, anyone who's come off a fix and done nothing, which is most people now because there aren't cheap prices, anyone whose energy firm's gone bust and you've been moved elsewhere, this is what you're paying in England, Scotland and Wales, different in Northern Ireland. On the 1st of April, that is likely to rise 51%, which means for someone with typical bills, and the price cap isn't really a price cap, it's more a cap on the rate you pay for using energy. So don't think of it as there's no absolute maximum you can pay. But for someone on typical bills, it will go from £1,277 a year to £1,925 a year. And all the other people are in somewhere the same region, between 45 and 55%. That is due to happen on the 1st of April. So a £600 a year increase on energy bills. And some have said to me, well, at least April's low use time, it's not the winter. I'm afraid it doesn't work like that because once it changes in April, then most people pay by direct debit, which is estimated your annual usage. So your direct debits are going to go up 50% in April. And that's why I have been calling on the government. It has to intervene. It has to do something. Look, there are people, and lots of people out there, who can afford the increase and won't like it. But there are also millions of people who will be thrown into full fuel poverty, who will get close to having that choice between heating and eating. And the government for too long has had blanket solutions about what it does in the energy market. And I'm afraid it's always gone for a market-based solution. And if you choose a market-based solution, what it has to do is define who is a legitimate victim of the market and who is an illegitimate victim of the market. And for years we've had the problem that I pay less to boil my kettle than a struggling 90-year-old grandmother who does nothing because I play the system. And that can't be right, can it?
Just to put it in some sort of context, so if average bills from April, energy bills are going to go up to nearly £2,000 in total, what's average household income in the UK at the moment?
It's very difficult. It's whether you look at the mean or the median. So, but, you know, a salary is probably £24,000, £25,000 last time I checked is the average median income. I mean, that's £600 when you look at disposable income that people have. It's taking a monumental hit out of many people's income. And the lower you go down the scale, the pensioners out there, the people who are on benefits, all of those people who are struggling won't have enough. And it's interesting, because it's just worth that we're on here. When I first presented the show back in June, I think it was, we had the Energy Minister on, Susanna may remember. And I said to her back then, I said, we're going to start an energy crisis come October. We can see the way it's moving. What are you doing about it? And I got a relatively bland response. So no one can say, I mean, the full level of this wasn't predicted, but we knew something was coming. And I can tell the government now, we know now what is coming in April. Do not say, oh, in April we didn't have time to do anything. You have time. You have ability. You have to look at intervening. Now, some are saying get rid of VAT. Some are saying get rid of green levies. I don't actually think the method matters. What we have to do is make sure the millions of people who do not have enough income to pay a 600 quid rise on energy bills at a typical rate get the money so they don't have to turn the heating off or the electricity off or starve.
What a warning.
What a warning.
Martin.
£600 if you earn £24,000, but it's unaffordable. It's just an unaffordable.
Well, unless your
price,
wages go up, you are, as you say, Martin, choosing between which bills you are going to pay. Because £600 has to come from somewhere.
And let's remember, we have supply-side issues that mean inflation and prices and other things are going up, well, often because of this energy price. Because remember, for every truck that brings stuff to factories or to supermarkets, they're having to pay more on fuel. So prices are going up across the board. This is, I mean, it's rightly being defied, I suspect, as the issue of 2022, if we ignore COVID, is the cost of living crisis. There are lots of things people can do to look after their own bills. Sadly, not much on energy. I reworked my numbers. People could go and read that yesterday. If you can get a fix-it that's no more than 40% more than the price cap right now, it may well be worth it. But there aren't many of those available, only a few possible existing customer fixes. I'll be doing more on that in my show on Thursday. Okay. But I just think we all individually have to manage our money as well as we can. That's why I should watch my show each Thursday. But the government need to act here. Yes, and that's what really matters. If the government doesn't act, on this one, there's no other solution.
No, absolutely. And yeah, your show is a must-watch on any occasion. But you're absolutely right. When everybody is facing rising bills across the board, that'll be vital. Martin, good to see you this morning. Thank
always
you very
compelling.
much indeed.
Thank you so much, Martin Lewis.